Hello and welcome to Undet for Revit. In this video I'm going to show you how to use our new tool called FitWall. So what this tool does is help us trace the walls from point cloud very easily by just picking 3 points for each wall. So we pick starting point of the wall, end point of the wall, and 1 point for the thickness. Here I need first of all something to trace, so we made this center view image using our slice manager from the point cloud, which I'm going to trace today. So you can see, we can see all the walls clearly, where should be the starting end and what should be the thickness of the wall. So let's see how this tool works first of all. So if you go to Undet ribbon and click on Fit Wall tool, then we'll get this dialog box. Here we need to choose first of all what kind of wall type we're going to use. So let's say right now I don't have any wall type, so which I'm happy with. Let's make a simple generic wall first of all. Let's go to wall, edit type, let's duplicate and call it wall generic 100 millimeter. Okay, let's remove all the unnecessary information. It's okay, that's all. Now we can go to fit wall tool again, select this generic wall which we just made. So this tool, what it does is it takes this wall type as a sample and it creates new wall types when we use, for example, right now there is only one wall for this kind of type, which is 100 millimeter, and if we need 120 millimeter, 130 millimeter, 200, 500, whatever it is, it'll create automatically for us. So also it'll keep in mind that the naming convention should always stay the same as the sample wall which we choose. So for right now we see wall generic is prefix, 100 millimeter is the thickness of the wall, and millimeter is just the suffix of it. So it automatically detects all those suffix and prefix for the name, and whenever it creates a new wall type, it keeps the same standard for it. Next we need to choose whether we want to use exterior wall, interior wall, basically how we want to use our location line, whether it's going to be wall center line, core center line, finished face exterior, finished face interior, etc, etc. So for this video I can just use, let's say, center view, and let's start. Let's click 1 point, 2 point, second point, and if I escape, you see this is made with location line center. And let's change the same thing and choose, I don't know, let's choose finished face exterior, start modeling, and I will make the same wall, and this time it will be with location line on the exterior side, you see. So we can just choose whatever fits for our project, what is best for our project, etc. Then next things which we need to choose is what is our base constraint and top constraint for the wall. So let's say level 0 is base constraint for us now, level 1 is top constraint. We can also choose offset from those values, so whether if maybe we want to start wall at minus 200 millimeter from level 0 or 300 millimeter above level 0, so we can keep those values here. For now I'm just going to keep them 0. Next we have an option called create new type. So what it does, if we uncheck this and start modeling and we need a wall, let's say 150 millimeters, but we don't have that in library, so it will just find the closest size of the wall which fits the required size and just use that wall. So this is helpful when we want to limit the amount of wall type we want to use. So you can just create, let's say, a library of 100 type of walls and just keep using those and find the best fit wall automatically by using this tool. Or you can just create one sample wall like I did and keep it on so that it'll keep making new wall types whenever I need. So to make it clean and convenient, you can always choose the steps. So let's say if the thickness of new wall is 130 millimeter, it will be 130 millimeter, not 131, not 133. So it will keep a difference between new wall types of at least 10 millimeters. You can always write bigger number if you need, but right now let's keep it 10 millimeter. It's convenient for me right now. Next I need to choose whether I want to keep connecting those walls, chain wall, just like how normally walls work. We have this option chain, so the same thing is here also. You can keep connecting the walls. And then we have one tool called 4-point arc wall. So I will show you later how to use this. Let's just start with the simple straight walls. So when I have chosen all the parameters I want to use, you can just click on start modeling, and let's try to trace this whole wall. So what I need is starting point, let's say starting point, end point, and 1 point for the thickness. You can just keep going like this. Starting point, end point, and thickness. Starting point, end point, and thickness. You can just quickly keep going with the same method, and it'll keep connecting because chain wall is on. So you can see how easy it is right now to make all these walls, and if you'll click on them, you see every time we need a new wall type, it's creating automatically with the same naming standard which we used from the sample project, sample wall. Here you go. So this is very convenient when we are trying to trace the wall instead of making always new wall types, trying to fit with the traditional wall tools from architecture in Revit. It's just much more time saving. Let's see what other tools do we have. Let's say we have 4-point wall arc. So how do we use this? So let's try to check it and start modeling. And here you go. We see some wall which is in circular design. So we need to click on start and 1 point for radius and 1 point for the thickness. There you go. Same thing, let's try again. So starting point, end point, 1 point for the radius and 1 for the thickness. Let's try once again. Starting point, end point, 1 point for the radius and 1 for the thickness. So this is quite convenient even for the circular walls or wherever walls is waving around. So also when you click once escape while using tool, you will get back the command dialog box. So if you want to change the settings, you can just change the settings, let's say, and start modeling again. So let's see one scenario. So for example, if I am making this part of the wall, so I have to make a straight wall which is 3-point wall, then I have to make an arc wall which is 4-point wall, and then again a straight wall which will be 3-point wall. So what would we do in this case? So you can just start the tool. Let's say I will keep the chain wall on because I want to keep those walls connected automatically. So let's start modeling. So I need first point for starting, end, and thickness. Now I can press escape only once, and then I have this dialog box back again. So you can click on 4-point wall and start modeling again. So let's say I want for 1 for starting, 1 for end, 1 for radius, and 1 for thickness. And you see the wall is connected because chain wall was on. And then press escape again only once. Turn off the 4-point wall because now we need 3-point straight wall. You can click on start, end, and 1 for thickness. So you see, when scenarios are changing, you can always change the settings by just pressing escape and continue. For example, now if I want to make this wall, I don't want to keep the chain wall command on, so you can turn off start modeling again. You can click on start, and there you go. And now I want to, let's say, continue with this wall and go like this. So I want to, let's say, turn on the chain wall command again. So you can press escape only once, turn on the chain wall command, and start modeling. So let's say starting point, end point, and thickness, starting point, end point, and thickness. So it will keep connecting, trim and extend all those walls. So this is how you can use this new tool called fit wall. I hope it will save you a lot of time in modeling all these walls instead of using traditional method by tracing the point cloud. Thank you.